So we're gonna look at AI generated maps. Of course, Asia first. First thing you see is Russia. This is another language probably. And also there's two Arctic Sea, but this one is called Arctic Sea. The correct one is Arctic Ocean, but this one is Arctic Ocean. It's not a sea. A sea is like a gulf or something. I can understand this, but it says Ergena according to Google. I'm making a video. Renosha. Also, India looks like it lost the war. This is not. It says Central Kazakhstan, or does it say Central Asia? This is Persian. This is supposed to be a
Siya parang
language.
bininto siya, parang bubukas ng gate.
Mama, I'm making a video. I'm making a video. Looks like Iran. Looks like Iraq fused with a lot of nations. Oh wait, they might be saying that. Oh shit. That's supposed to say Chad, but it looks like it says Honia. Is okay. I think this map is supposed to be how you say. How's China? Why is the? I see that Sri Lanka is part of. Why is there? Are we back in when it's the British? Why is Bangladesh a bunch of nations? Nepal split into two. Looks like that part is a bit of Nepal, but still part of India. It's probably saying that. Also, this doesn't say the Gulf. We can see that Southeast Asia is a mess, but not mostly. Looks like these parts are still part of China. Korea and Japan have mixed together. Also in Sakhalin, Russia. It says another Arctic Ocean. And then it says Pacific Ocean. Great, but why are you telling me that there's a monstrosity? China owns Vietnam and a couple parts of Thailand and Laos. It also has an enclave in India and Myanmar. Also, if we go to Yemen, it's not labeled as well as Oman. Probably still because you can look at Europe. Ukraine is not okay. We're back in Germany. This is the Germany super divided. This is like they got France and Italy, right? Except France invaded Switzerland and parts of Germany. It lost Hots to France. I can see that the UK owns Ireland, and the Nordic nations look like they've united. But we can see that Iceland is obliterated. But we can still see part of Greenland, which is kind of alright. Svalbard is still not very part of Norway. Or I should say Nordica. But also, Denmark has expanded to a bit of Sweden and a bit of Germany. AI is hard, but it still doesn't recognize Kaliningrad as part of Russia. There's a big ass mess in these mountains under. I probably think, oh yeah, I can kind of see it. Armenia's a bit thinner, and also got a lot of invasion. But I think that's supposed to be Azerbaijan territory. Georgia and Azerbaijan are the only ones. Also, Turkey's right. It doesn't have a clear border. Egypt doesn't have pretty much a Sinai Peninsula. A lot of the African nations are jumbled up like these borders. So that's really, really hard to repeat. Also, Somalia, Djibouti, Eritrea. It looks like Djibouti got invaded. Now, Ethiopia has 1 billion more coast. It invaded Kenya, Uganda. South Sudan isn't recognized yet. Wait, let's play Guess the Map. Let's play, oh shit. This is probably an olden time. So we can see that all of the nations got independence. Right? And Europe, we're gonna ignore Europe. But France looks like it's gone invaded by the Allies, guys. And it looks like there's no Soviet Union. This is probably for the 2000s. We can see that Nepal and Bangladesh are still not their own countries yet. Bhutan doesn't exist. China is normal. We can see Japan has gotten a lot of unifications. This is probably a super time period, so Japan is probably is still invading China's east coast. Russia is normal, we can see that, but Russia hasn't gotten these underdogs. It got Crimea, but we can't beat because Poland is divided a lot. Belarus looks like it united with Lithuania, which means probably the USSR jumbled up. Central Asia is a bit of a jumble, but we can see Uzbekistan and Afghanistan. We can also see that, we can see that, wait, we can see all the countries are independent. Oh shit. No, this is not good. Oh, shit. Well, let's go to the future. What it look like in the future? Oh, it looks like China. Nobody claims this desert. Mongolia owns the southern part only. Australia owns the southern part. You can see Africa is unclaimed and Europe is a bundle of mess. Mongolian Federation is, and we can also see that this is in red is New Siberia, which is level 1. Level 2 is New India, Eurasian Union as well. And so with level 3, why is New Japan on this list? What the hell is happening?